Because for me it was like, if I don't use headphones, the sound quality is shit, so I had to use headphones. And it also made it easier for when I'm in TeamSpeak or voice chat with others. Alright. Mm-hmm. 2 short warm-ups. So, can I be successful in an A6MC again after some time? Because it's long ago for me. That works. From when do you go there? From the top, probably. Okay. Let's have a look. I didn't look at the finish now. That is something you should always do. Look where the finish is and how the map ends, because often there is a troll. Didn't do that now. Naja, let's hope the finish isn't too bad. And let's go. Start with Bay this time, usually comes towards the end. A false start. Or can I find the finish real quick? Nope, I can't. And let's go. What's wrong with this game? It's lagging again. Oh. It took a while until I saw that. That was bad now. I was not focused, I was too much thinking of other stuff. Oh my god. When you already see that you did it wrong, then you kinda try to get it a little bit faster. And then it goes super wrong. Ouch. Like another bad start into the A6MC. I mean, maybe I'm lucky and there is something in the map that can bring me ahead again. So you had to jump down. I realized that too late. I would have been a chance to catch up. Instead I lose more. But to be honest, with these lags, it's also not possible. Why is that game so shit? Also, I will have to try it with low graphic settings. Where do you go? Okay, I guess that was correct. That can help. Interesting. I hunted the map earlier that looked like that. It's one of my best records. Really cool in Bay that you can build such stuff. What a speed check out of nowhere. I knew exactly that this speed wasn't high enough to make that clean. I was like how can such a speed check suddenly come up now? Ah! I might have lost one position to Lance, but overall 5th place for that start is still okayish. But some of the main opponents are ahead, which is a problem. But yeah, it was quite unlucky, like how my car here actually landed. Also some mistakes were just my ones, so they were just dumb. Shouldn't have done them. Also especially in this technical section here, that I touched something here on the outside. Not sure what exactly I touched, if it was that the border sticks out here a little bit, or the lamp maybe, I don't know. That was a bit dumb. The other part was here. That did cost me a lot of time. See it going to the right. So first of all I wanted to jump down there, but then I realized that this is probably not the way. Yeah, because you have this gap. And the sign here, yeah, is very early, so I was first confused. I should go there. And then the other, because I was then here and then to the left, I saw that the idea could be that you jump onto this, but I don't have a good line for that anymore, because I was just going here to the left. And then I thought, okay, then let's try to go on this, but then I didn't get around. And at some point I got impatient and went for acceleration, and of course I fell down. From the respawn, it was then quite simple to just jump onto it, or to jump from here onto it. Yeah, I should have done that from the beginning. You could also just go to the right here in theory and go from the wrong side into that checkpoint, also possible. I was a bit dumb. But then there were some parts that I survived nicely, especially this section here. I think I won a lot of time, because every player that tries to go fast through the section will most likely face plant. And that's actually a good joke as well, face plant, in all these plants. Yeah. The ending here, this thing, and also the other part where you had to slow down, which was in this black construction. They were then again bad. Not sure if I find where that other thing is. Oh, here, it's that black construction. Yeah, because the down sign doesn't tell me directly if I have to go down, or because no matter if you stay up on the road or if you jump down, in both cases you are down off the sign. Yeah, okay, it makes more sense to actually jump into the hole, but you see that very late. Like, you just come around the corner and I see, oh, there is a rail, I have to focus on the rail, you know, I have to focus on the rail. That's the first thing that I think when I see that block. And then it's difficult to see also that sign. That's like tough then. But yeah, points-wise, Neko 2 points ahead of Phoenix, then 2 points ahead of Roa, 2 points ahead of Lanz, and I'm then 1 point behind that. So it's not optimal start, but I'm still in contention. I think without that bad ending, I would have been ahead of Lanz. Can matter in the end, because Lanz is usually one of the main opponents in this cup. Do we have anything special here that I want to watch with a free cam? As a desert, I can tell you, is usually an extremely difficult environment to get a good position on, because there are a lot of good desert players. They usually do extremely well in this cup, also surprisingly well. I have sometimes very clean races and think, yeah, that was so good, and then I'm still behind many others. Because it's just like, the level here is the sickest on this environment, I would say. Okay, let's go. Focus. What the heck are these lags? I can't understand it with this computer. I mean, there's generally something not completely correct with that computer. But this game here runs so bad. It's crazy. Like, it shows you 800, 900 FPS, yeah? That is what it shows you on the top left. Partly, yeah? There was a moment when I was at the edge of the map where it showed 900 FPS. But it's fully lagging. I have like 15 or 20 on my monitor. You know, on my monitor it's that bad. It's crazy. Okay, this map is a little bit weirder than other desert maps. It didn't look that weird from the big, from the free camera. They didn't take everything good, so I'm only 6th place. Yeah, that part I know what's coming up, but that's a different part. So we have that another time then again. There's someone that uses this, the top of the tunnels. I also used that in very early maps in 2005. Ah! Barely made that jump. It's so confusing sometimes in these parts. Not too great. I think I was better at some point, but now I'm back to 6th place. But I don't know. I just didn't have the speed, but how would I know when I jump off? I didn't even see the landing for a long time, so I couldn't really react on it. Oh, barely the car made that. Ah. Yeah. You always had to avoid these, and now you had to go over. But I just came around the corner, so oh my god. When I misinterpret the parts. Seventh only now. I was close to dying. So now comes the other uphill section. There I'm 6th again, but ahead of me is a huge gap and behind me it's close. So I can only lose from here on and not win. I got over that. It's important. these chicanes say. Oh, 6th place. I was in a battle there. Also Alexa wins it, ahead of Neko, Phoenix, Lance, Roa, so the same people ahead of me, not so good. Alright, so 2 races over that are not my absolutely best environments. But Coast is. Coast is quite important to get a good score. Hawk and Spitfire made this map. What is this shit here? There's a hairpin. Okay. Then let's go. To drive the start now, hopefully there's no trap here. Hello Krayun. Of course there is a trap! Man, I know I didn't drive this. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's the problem. You never know what's the correct decision. Watching parts with camera 7 or just driving the start in once. And then I for once decide to not drive the start and just watch with cam 7 other parts, and then there is a hole on the ideal line of the corner. The problem in Coast is that you cannot catch up, because everyone tries the same fast here. I mean, probably I can gain a little bit on the parts that I've seen with cam 7, but not as much as the respawn costs. Luckily there was a checkpoint. I thought I would respawn at the start again, that would be like super shit. don't know if left or right. There was no sign, right? Okay, it didn't matter. Not sure if I could take advantage from knowing that there's this hairpin. I thought there was a bigger straight beforehand. I didn't even know what's the best line through it, even when knowing. At least I knew these corners here. That's helpful a little bit at least. Okay, there are so many hairpins there I didn't know now. From here on I don't know the track anymore. Anyway. There's a part that we come close to where I wasn't really sure where to jump to. The 3 cam. I wonder if meter tracker will tell you what to do. Or if we never get to that road. I'm 3rd now. So I did a nice comeback so far. Not sure what's the fastest line with such a tight corner. If you would just slide. If I would have needed to respawn again with that tool, eh? These are the little random factors in these races. And the little trolls that they always do. Still 3rd at least. There's a Lanze Neko ahead. I did a good comeback. You can always rejoin here as far as I know. .89 in the finisher. Still a bit mad because there are environments where I need to beat Neko or Lanz if I want to have a chance of the overall victory. I need to beat those guys then. And Coast is like the one environment where I can do that. But respawn and the start denied me, so It didn't cost me 8 seconds though. Also they had a good round also otherwise. So it's unclear how much I actually lost now with that respawn. But it would have been difficult to be ahead of Neko anyway. I mean, I had to respawn here and I had to do this uphill again. I also waited a bit until I respawned. It was maybe around the 5 seconds. Otherwise, I lost time. I lost time, for example, here, because I wasn't really sure. Should you just bug slide? I didn't think that it is so tight actually when I went around. When I tried to go around those slides, the car just didn't turn in that much, so I didn't expect it. Maybe you should just bug slide around it actually. That would have been the better idea, probably. Otherwise than this one here. I mean, there is no warning sign here. Look at that. There's a 90 sign, but I don't look at these signs. You cannot read them anyway. But I don't think that 90 works for this corner, to be honest. Okay, this guy knew, but I don't know if he already fell. Probably not. But anyway, there is no warning sign here. So you have no clue. The house completely denies you any visibility for this hole. When I was here, I saw it. I saw that the border ends at least, and that when the border ends, it usually means that there's a hole. Sometimes, however, you have to leave it into the outside, but there's a tree, so yeah. At this point, I kind of saw it. The thing is, it's too late. Like, you're already at the braking zone. You cannot brake stronger. So... But yeah, 5th, 7th, 3rd, it is consistent. It is okay-ish, but it's not really that good. And Neko so far got 1st, 2nd, and 2nd, which is yeah, far in front. And now we get another pretty bad environment for me. Also Rally is the most chanceless environment in theory, unless it's a weird map, and that start looks weird. So that start I definitely play. I see here finish. Not sure if that's the finish we go for. No, it's not. But yeah, let's do one time starting here. Oh yeah, the annoying thing is that camera 1 is not the best. Language of the universe, I don't know that. What is that about? But I really understand now the issue from Nitro Guy. Nitro Guy back then said he doesn't play T-Max United Knockouts anymore because the game is so laggy for him. I never understood because I had a really shitty PC and United was good, was running on it. So I never understood why the heck is it lagging for him. His PC can't be worse than mine. The better the PC, the worse the game runs. It's crazy. Ah! 7 plus 6. Well, that's interesting. Multiplication. Oh, I know what it's up. 8 times 4. 32. Division. What the fuck, ey? I lost just so much time. A second? Fractions. Prime numbers. What is a prime number? Probably hoch 2. I'm sure here was an easy cut. Ach so, now I understand. Prime, of course. Of course. Yeah, English. Powers, I know. Oh. Of course. Oh my god. Sine of 90 degrees. Sine of 0 degrees 1, so I guess... Oh. Wait, you have a freewheel, but you can just get to the CP anyway. Complex numbers. So that was not the first blunder there. Of course, always mean when you drive and you have to calculate at the same time. Oh, E times E is -1. Yeah, that was the last chapter, huh? Oh, that's the finish. I'm first. GG. Yeah, thanks for the clip, Dennis Big Fish. I really wonder what that was. I lost so much time there. Was back in this edge here. But yeah, it was at this jump into the downhill. So you see it's a little bit block mixed, and there is this bush, and I guess that the bush goes through here, but you can't see it. But because it's much lower, so it makes really no sense. They even went wrong in some parts, still won them. Also, but that with the sign is... with the sign, I mean. Like when I saw next chapter a sign in cosinus, I started to become Yek, because I usually should know. But then I was like, wait, also maybe the question is sinus of 0. Yeah, or cosinus, cosine of 0. And I was thinking, like, what had the answer 1 and what had the answer 0? I had to shortly think about it. And then I mixed them both up. Okay, but that was important because also Uli Spitfire behind me and not... Also guys like Neko are further behind, so I gained a lot of places. Or points on him. I might also have gained places. So, snow is gonna be very decisive now. It's also not the best environment for me. Island often went good, but doesn't have to necessarily. And Stadium is then the last one, I guess. And Stadium is usually very good for me, so... Should be, but... Also, I mean, there are things happening. Where the heck do I have to go in the start? What the fuck? Oh, there. What the fuck? Why does it start with such a transition immediately? So if the map continues like that, I will be back. Yeah, this is a Wormy map. So it is definitely a good map. But when it has transitions, it's always dangerous. Always dangerous. Because how would you interpret that right sign that you have right before that? It could mean that you have to do a right turn, and it can mean that you do a jump to the right of the sign. It's never really clear like what the map author meant. Yeah, so this greenish sign there, which you barely see. Like I don't really look at that anyway. In such a corner. Yeah. What am I playing? This is you remember Torbo's Endurance race or Riolu's XD races? That's basically the same. Earlier it was called Copper Millions Cup and Planets Millions Cup in Trackmania United and TM2. This is Trackmania United, and this is the old Copper Millions Cup, now called Airven 6-minute challenge. Maps are usually around 6 minutes long, but it's basically one round you have overall on a map that you don't know, and you have to just get as quick as possible. What the fuck is this? You have to get as quick as possible to the finish. So that are one round races on long maps over all the 7 environments. Stadiums coming at the end, seemingly. Oh! I couldn't decide if it's 90-degree or chicane, or this is such a long full speed straight section now that will cost me a lot of time. Not good. I'm only 6th now. So it's very demotivating. I always look at my position after I crash and never before. So... Nein! I was just the wrong angle for that. Scheiße. Yeah, it was not the one line with that I could not survive that corner. I saw very early on that I'm in danger there to not make it, but I could not really fix it anymore. The car sadly just clips if you clip with a wheel, it's a rip. So I need a very good rest now to catch up again. Because I will definitely have dropped a lot of positions now. And then my cup cannot be won anymore if I stay there. 10th place, yeah, that's way too far behind. I need to get up to at least 5th or something. Sadly, an absolute top position is not possible anymore. It says slow. Okay, survived that section is good. It's a long left turn. Ah! Yeah. Fuck, I just had so much momentum. That was why I was also very nervous now about that section. Because I had that part so good that I was super fast, and the question was if I can keep that speed through the next section, but sadly we had tight hairpins and blind exits, then I could have made up a lot of time towards other players. But because I was so fast, I got punished, because I had much less time to react now. I wasn't sure if I have to exit it straight or if I have to avoid what there is. But I couldn't see it beforehand, so yeah, and here I went the wrong line, I guess. Beautiful. It's a hairpin, it says. Okay, there we go. Another hairpin, but a bit wider. Romeo has building a lot of maps lately. Oh shit. I realized too late that this is the plan here. But that's not a bad respawn. That's actually a part where I can gain to others. 7th. Why is this game so laggy? Such fast sections here. That's that. I see the finish. But we don't go yet there. Oh, I overtook someone in the end, so I still get 6th place at least. But look how close it is. And then remember how much time I lost. I'm less than 6 seconds behind first. I expected a much bigger distance, to be honest. Also actually everyone had a bad round. This was super winnable. What was my big fuck up here on this map? I don't remember where it was or what it was. I just only remember I had something very big. The snow. Ah yeah, that was one part. But I was already early behind. Ach yeah, the house section, the roof section. Yo, good night, Netu. The house section I fucked up. Here. Yeah, that did cost a lot of time. I mean, the respawn is right there, but you respawn with 0 and the acceleration is quite low. So I definitely lost around that time what I'm behind first now, alone here. And then I also had to respawn in that section. And here the thing was, I came out of the tunnel, focus of course on this here on the right. I saw that on the left there is some kind of hole, but there are also these ice tubes, also bobsleighs basically, that go into the ground. And I didn't see what that is now on the left. And I was so very fast and I had to decide, do I exit this straight or do I exit this diagonal? Because if there is a road, then straight, and I don't go there, then I slide away on the snow. And I wanted to keep my overspeed, so I decided for one thing, and yeah, that was unfortunate. Also, there was a lot more possible on this map. It was surprisingly tight between all the players, and also I think that even the leaders had some time losses, some bigger ones. Okay, island is also usually not a good environment for me, but in this format I often had good results. Always depends a little bit. It's of course a bit worse for keyboard players here, but most of the people don't play keyboard anymore. My butt. Okay. Just the no, then we go back to that section there. Yeah, I'm not sure where's the finish here. I can't see the finish now quickly. Okay, let's go. No false start. Also keeping the flow super important, because this car has, compared to the block size, the worst acceleration of all the cars. It's just extremely slow. And as it has usually very high speeds, a respawn costs you tremendously amount of time. So really wanna not crash and respawn. That one wasn't too bad because we have another tight section afterwards. Couldn't react on that now. Okay, I wasn't sure if there's an edge to the downhill or if it's smooth. I didn't need to drift that. Yeah, that was now, for example, an annoying small mistake. Fourth place. These are kind of special blocks for Trackmania Sunrise Extreme. There usually people make mistakes. Yeah, what is this? Hä? Man, how do you jump this? Beautiful. How is this meant? Okay, some turns come out of nowhere. And you have no grip there, so at that speed I can directly forget to make the corner. I don't know what this tells me. I didn't know if it was an anti-booster or not. I couldn't see that. Oh my god. Nah. Ah! The map turns out to be a nightmare. Yeah, what is that now? I always barely, also almost survive it, but then I still have to respawn in the end, and that was a long respawn. Oh my god. Was that a finish? Or is it this a 2 laps map? Oh god. Oh my god, this is this respawn! I was not focused now. 13th. We have to do a 6-second lap, guys. Oh my god, yeah, okay, my chances of winning are over. They were there after the first place on a bad environment, like rally. Then I definitely had chances to catch up to Neko. I was 4th here, so I was in contention. But everything that this map has caught me in the end. That was like the worst 2 minutes or something that I ever had in an A6MC. Nah, that's not true. I had actually quite a lot of shit A6MC moments. We have to do a comeback now. Remember everything that the map does here to troll. That last respawn was just, that did cost so much, it's incredible. I didn't focus. And that respawn there was just no booster. And it went uphill with this car. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, now that people know the track, yeah, they will, of course, not make big mistakes, so it's very hard to catch up now. It only works by pace, which is possible against all the keyboard players. However, this map has a lot of sudden tight turns where keyboard players will probably not really lose time on me. Let's make cars on. Why did I make cars on? Scheiße. I'm still 12, there are so many right ahead. There's so many positions to gain. Ay. That was the worst. Yeah, and all my opponents, Roa, Alexa, Neko, Lance, they are all in the top 4. Also, what the heck was the plan here? If you cannot jump directly to that sign there, if you just cannot jump so far, Or is that... But was I slow? I mean, here's an uphill. And I slow down in the uphill to keep grip. So I don't know. Also from the respawn, it was then definitely not possible. I don't know if I was releasing here. When I came to that section. I don't know if I released there. Because I see a warning sign. A warning usually says, go slow, yeah? But this is like, what the heck? And then you respawn, then you definitely don't have the speed to make it through. And then you wonder, like, where do I have to go? Do I have to go now to the right or to the left? But you never could see where the landing is. I didn't know if the street is here underneath, but it is. So I really didn't know what is the best way to do it. Here the trick was always to not take the booster. Also here in that section, it would have been better if I went left and then kept speed. But this section here, when you have good speed, you barely get to the right. And when you're here, you again don't even see that there is a gap suddenly there. And then I still survived that, but no, there has to be here this jump to the left. What was of course then crap was to jump into the multi-lap that I failed. That was a dumb mistake. That mistake kinda happened because it went so shit in the part before. That was kinda the reason. I was in that moment annoyed by the time loss from the part before and was not focused. I just did go through that, like I went into that banked last turn, not really thinking that you would suddenly jump out of that. And there were two bank corners where I now wonder myself, why have there been two banked blocks if you only need the bottom one? Yeah, so what was the reason for that? So that was super confusing. I don't know, not really nice. So now comes Stadium. And this is also a multi-lap track, which is helpful, because if there are some weird parts, then I can by pace overtake in the second lap. Oh, we have here an interesting section. We have 3 checkpoints to collect. Usually I would say you go directly for the fastest one in the first lap. There's a water bounce. Yeah. Yeah, missing SCP by the way, to your comments, that's also easily possible. Wait, what is this here? Look at that. Ah, okay, you come from that direction. Yeah, let's try. Wait, where do you have to go in the start? I guess you have to go to the right. And in the second lap you have enough speed for the... Yeah, the second lap you have enough speed. I think. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe if you go full outside in the corner, it would be possible. It's again shit that I didn't train it now. Your people jump further there. Well, naja, that won't matter too much, I hope. Okay. Have to change the camera myself there. I did a double respawn. I don't need to double respawn on. Wait. Is that the way? It is? I didn't want to believe it, but it is. Well, that will help. Is there a better line? I have an issue. I missed checkpoints. Daniel's Big Fish, you were talking about it. Where? Where the heck did I miss? Or did I not catch all of them? Oh, they are. Why is Stadium going so shit, man? What the heck is this? Oh god. So I'm 10, so you know how many people actually missed that. I had to think of your comment, Daniel's Big Fish. And thought myself, okay, luckily on Stadium that's relatively unlikely that I miss a checkpoint. You can usually see them quite well. And then it happens. Wait, that part was also super weird, holy shit. Every Stadium trolls me. Like, this is always the most likely map to win. Where I also have to gain points on the opponents. Yeah, if not here, where would I? Okay, on a mathematical map I did today. And then always, every Stadium map, like last Stadium map I also didn't find a way because there was a super weird section. Like, what the heck? We are close to the finish, I can catch up this guy. Naja, well. I mean, this part was just And every stadium map has that shit. How is that possible? Like, why are people not able to build a proper stadium map? I mean, also the parts that we drove here, like these weird block mixed poles here, where you have kinda not a single line going through where you don't touch anything. Or maybe here to the right, but how would you see? But yeah, you get here, wing checkpoint, you see the pole, you get very late to the left through that wing checkpoint because you go uphill here, yeah? And then you have 3 ways to the right, yeah? But the last way is showing you the checkpoint. Okay, there's also a checkpoint, but when you're facing like this, you do see the later checkpoint first. You see this checkpoint before you see the other checkpoint. So you might never even see the inside checkpoint because you go then to the outside there. I mean, we could check the VOD if you could see that other checkpoint actually or not. Probably you can see it a little bit if you know. But if you go very late here to the left, this is so confusing. Like, what the heck? How can you build that and think, yeah, nobody will drive wrong here? I don't get that. Every stadium map. Also Neko only 7th. If I won this, but Neko probably also lost it there. At least I beat the other guys here, Maut and Akanto, I overtook still. But if I win this, then I don't know, I catch up a lot of points to Neko, then could be interesting overall. But like this, I will be behind Neko, I will be behind Roa, and yeah, Alexor is the question. He also got fucked here. Alexor usually is like the biggest opponent together with Roa on Stadium. On this map it was easy to win with that balance part and everything, by just driving safe. What's this part? What the fuck? Yeah, Land's also kinda fucked on this map, but I won't win too many points because it's... I'm not in the top places where you have 2-point gaps between the positions. You don't see the point score, but the way it works is just a 1-point gap between every position. Despite the top 4 places, there's always 2-point gaps. So first, second and third, that's a little extra advantage. And I had only one single... No, I had two maps in the top 3. One first and one third place. But yeah, last maps, I actually felt it could still be winnable, but then the last maps went against so shit. And both of them would have been possible to score well. Also Snow, the 6th place, it could easily be first. I don't know. But in the first maps I say, okay, Bay could have been